The Face-to-Face AIDS Project goes and documents the HIV crisis in different parts of the world. We've worked in South Africa, Malawi, and now Cambodia. We try to come back with individual stories, a sense of the culture, a sense of the history, a sense of the situation, the immediate history right before the HIV virus came into Cambodia is so fraught with political upheaval since in the 70s when the Khmer Rouge and the killing fields all happened. And that just instills a sense of fear in people. It instills a sense of distrust. It breeds corruption. It breeds a total lack of any sort of cohesive system that can function when the country comes out of this huge, terrible civil war. Principal was very young when the Khmer Rouge took over Phnom Penh. They found out that her husband had a history with the American embassy, and before her eyes they took a knife and they slaughtered him. Then she had to go to a refugee camp. She remarried, found out that she was HIV positive from her husband who had left her. We found her just at a hospice in Phnom Penh, and she was very sick. She could hardly even sit up, but we came back about 4 months later. She was on the antiretroviral HIV medicines, and she was standing up and she was healthy, and we're like so amazed at her progress.
Seeing someone face to face that you're talking with and hearing this story is just really, it brings the whole nature of it home and makes it really that much more real.
Some of our projects are completely simple in that, say, we work with a group in Cambodia called the Salvation Center of Cambodia, an organization that works with Buddhist monks to help the monks and nuns support HIV patients and people in poverty. One of the programs is that they give $30 to families to start an income-generating project, such as a necklace project in which they take coconuts and they carve them and they sell it to the tourists who come to Angkor Wat. And for $30, they can start up their income-generating project and they can feed their families and they can send some of their children to school. We also have bigger projects in that we are trying to raise money to fund a scholarship program for HIV orphans and other orphans to continue their education on to secondary school and continuing on to higher education, to university or to a technical school. We teach photography to young orphans. Npase is a 16-year-old orphan at the Wadopad Orphan Center south of Phnom Penh. His parents both died from HIV. Npase is very smart. He's very talented. You know, of course, he had never used a digital camera before. The photographs he took of his life at Wadopad are just so intimate and so touching, and it shows that he really cares for his subjects. When I first looked at his photographs, I saw, you know, the babies with the scabs and the diseases and the sleeping on the floor. But I think what was most surprising was these children who have all come from completely horrible situations and experiences are in an environment where they are loved and where they have friends and where they're happy. And I think the reason for this is because at this orphan center, HIV is not a shame, it's not a stigma.
To have that support, I think, is terrific because it's just shows that you're worth something.
The aim of the Face-to-Face AIDS project is to just remind people that there is a whole world, hundreds of millions of people who live on $1 a day, who have to overcome just terrific obstacles just to live every single day. And our project just tries to remind people that, hey, there is this world out there and you can become involved, and a little bit of difference, a little bit of money can go a long ways if it is allocated and monitored in the correct way.